a sparkly earring is a good thing, but when it's a Canadian-themed earring, I am so... Oh, hey! Hi! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of Drag Race Holland Season 1, Episode 5. And before I get started, well, I got a few things to do. I just want to thank Pearson Ryan. He sent me these fabulous rhinestone earrings. They are just beyond, because they're Canadian make-believes. I think that is so clever, and I wish I'd had these for Season 1 of Canada's Drag Race, but now that I have them, look out, Season 2 is all I'm saying. I also would like to thank this week's Tipper-Doos, which are Pearson Firestone, my favorite hippie. I'm not sure he's a real hippie, but in my mind he's a fabulous hippie with the name Pearson. I'd like to apologize for the sirens. I live downtown in Toronto. This is the third day of sirens. I blame America, because it's easier. I think order's been restored. All right, I also would like to thank Susan Nikolai. She was also a generous person this week and tipped me on PayPal. Thank you so much, you guys. If you would like to be a tipper-do, all you got to do is visit one of the links down below. You can also support my channel by being a Patreoner, where we do our weekly watches. You can also support the Rainbow Railroad by buying some of my merch at Redbubble.com. The link for that is down below as well. I also want to send a shout out to VFB on Twitter. I feel that it was Twitter. It might have been an Instagram. I can never remember, and I apologize, VFB. I know who you are, though. She posted a fabulous print of Kiss of the Spider-Do, which was part of the Denise Journeau limited edition Halloween set. That is done October 31st. I said it was done. I lied. I'm going to extend it just 1 week, only because I feel like in my late posting, I didn't promote it enough to let you guys know. So I'm going to give it another week, and then we're going to move on in life. And so with that said, well, let's get to the review. Hey, drink me. Oh, it's a very small glass. What is this? Oh, it's the Skinny Biatch. This is a Coke Zero and vodka. If it was regular Coke, it'd be in a bigger... Yeah, you're a sizeist. I hate you. 2 sips and it's going to be gone, Jorge. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's get to it. We started the episode off by saying goodbye to Madam Madness. Not that many queens were sad about it. They seem much more interested in kissing Envy Peru's exposed butt by congratulating her for her second win of the season. Well, it was a cute butt. I'd kiss it, I'm just saying. The next day in the workroom, the queens celebrated making it to the top 6. Of course, JJ had to ruin the celebration for Abby by pointing out that everyone called her out on the runway last week. I don't get these mean queens. JJ said she doesn't see Abby making it to the top, so I beat her with negativity. Seriously. If you're going to browbeat someone, then browbeat those judges. They're the real reason Abby's still there. I love how JJ says a queen can't lip sync her way to the top. I disagree. They're drag queens. They lip sync. Personally, I'd rather see a queen who's hacked to lip sync once or twice win over a queen who's shady all the time. I'm so serious. Thankfully, Rue's video message interrupted JJ from, well, psyching anyone else out. And from Rue's cryptic clues, the queens were able to deduce that this week's Maxi Challenge was going to be the Snatch Game. Whee! Ooh, I need a cocktail. And Fred was there in the most fabulous pair of distressed jeans I've ever seen. Someone should send a picture of those to old Bus Pants himself, JBC, at Canada's Drag Race, so he can see what fashion actually looks like. Of course, it wouldn't be Drag Race Holland if Fred didn't parade that old hog of a dress out in front of us all. And while the queens were distracted, he hit them with this week's mini challenge. A nude photo shoot. Completely naked. No wigs, no makeup. Well, not a lot of makeup. No shame, nothing. Just some chapstick and a smile. Well, Envy Peru nearly threw up right then and there. Last week, she took that big step outside her comfort zone by flashing her comfort zone on the runway. This week, there would be no flashing it. It would be a long, slow burn. Grab the aloe vera is all I'm saying. Seriously. I love that Chelsea pointed out how horrible body shaming is, not only to an individual, but to the community at large. I know I would have lived my life a whole lot differently if I wasn't ashamed of my body. Probably have a tan for one. On set with Fred was photographer Rob Jacobs, who's known for his male nudes. Well, and also the pictures he takes of them. Personally, I think that if the queens had to be naked on camera, Fred and Rob should have had to drop trow too. Just me? Jean was first, and she was no stranger to nude photography, judging from all the postings she's doing on Grindr. I'm just saying. So she did well. In fact, all the queens did well. JJ treated Rob and Fred to her signature move, the penis flap, which was also her drag queen name in Luxembourg. Mama gave them body, with a side of face, while Chelsea Boy threw down some editorial fierceness. I have to say that I was disappointed with Abby's picture. She seemed a little too comfortable and looked like she forgot that she was in the middle of a challenge. Then Miss Envy hit the set. She was nervous, and rightly so. Anyone who's been in an abusive relationship carries baggage, no matter who they are. And it's always harder to believe it when we see such a strong person standing in front of us. But Envy got her head back in the game, threw away her robe and her inhibitions, and gave us this. Well done, Envy, I'm just saying. Back in the workroom, it was announced that the winning photo was JJ. But let's be honest, they were all great pictures. But now that they all had their clothes back on, it was time for the maxi challenge. Snatch game! Right away, the queens started getting into character, and Fred was there to judge their choices. Envy Peru told him that she would be doing Patty Brard, former member of the girl group Love, and tabloid regular. Apparently, she sticks her tongue out a lot. Chelsea told Fred that she was doing Joe Exotic from Tiger King because she wanted to lose herself in a big personality and not think too much, but admitted that she was sick and tired of watching that damn show. Here's something. I still haven't seen Tiger King, and I'm okay with that. Don't judge me. Next, Fred reminded Abby that she had a lot of trouble with the lines in Goisha Drags and wondered what she would do to overcome that here. Personally, I would have said, it's improv. There's no lines to cock up. But instead, Abby said she was going to do her character without her accent because the accent was too hard. Too hard? Well, then don't do that character. That would be like impersonating Trump without being orange. Or an hole. The hard is what makes it great. If it were easy, everyone would do it. JJ explained to Fred that she chose lead singer of BZN, Amy Schilder, because, well, she was from her hometown. A place that's not filled with good memories for JJ. I can see why she's such a hard bit of road now after all that time being bullied. It doesn't mean I dismiss it. I just see where it's coming from. Seriously. Mama Queen was portraying Dutch rock star and actress Rihanna von Dorst, whom Mama Queen described as a nasty, beer-swigging lesbian. What fun. And Jean was doing Mega Mindy, a Flemish TV superhero that she was going to supersize. Never bodes well, I'm just saying. And then it was Snatch Game, Holland style, hosted by Fred in heels. Can I just have a moment to say, I love seeing a man in boy drag wearing heels. I don't know why. Right out of the gate, it was clear that the weaker performances were coming from Abby OMG and Jean. Although her makeup was excellent, I'm going to put JJ in that group too. Mostly because she gave us very little to work with. Seriously. As for the rest, even though I didn't get the references or the impersonations, the standouts were absolutely Chelsea Boy and Envy Peru. I didn't understand what I was seeing most of the time, but Fred and the celebrity contestants were eating them both up with a spoon. And then it was Elimination Day, and for the most part, all the queens seemed nervous, even though everyone agreed that the standouts were Envy and Chelsea, who both played it down so as not to draw targets on their backs. Smart. As the queens got ready for this week's runway, where they had to do a half male, half female look, Mama explained to Envy that she wasn't doing a male side because she's non-binary. She was going to do Mama Queen and her inner saboteur. Whereas Abby was going with the classic half man, half woman look, but was a little miffed to see her sister Envy Peru with the same look. But what really bothered her was that Envy Peru's outfit looked nicer. Chelsea was another queen who was eschewing the classic male-female split, opting for a more fluid duality, while Setter Jean learned nothing from Snatch Game and was continuing her theme of impersonating fictional characters. But I have to say, the minute she said she was doing Miss Piggy and Kermit, I wanted to help her pack her bags. Seriously. What was she thinking? And then it was time for the runway, and there was Fred in his luscious pink lemonade fantasy. I have to say, I think this is my favorite look of Fred's all season. Up first was Abby OMG. I have to admit, I wasn't that impressed with this look. It was basic. Not that Abby didn't look great, but I have to say the best thing about that outfit was the corset dress made out of ties. Envy Peru was next, and talk about who wore it better. Envy's execution of this look was flawless. Even her face was sexy from both sides. I loved Mama Queen's look. Both sides were stunning, but unfortunately it wasn't the brief. There had to be a masculine side, regardless of how Mama Queen identifies. Now, I get it. I can totally see how insulting the half man, half woman look can be to transgendered and non-binary members of our community. But I don't see why Mama Queen didn't do a more androgynous side. Butch it up a little. Seriously. I feel that if the queens are going to win more than that dress, Mama would have worked a little harder. I absolutely love Chelsea's runway. This was the man-woman theme taken to the next level for 2020. This was Ziggy Stardust, this was Showgirls, this was Cirque du Soleil, and I was living for it. Seriously. I was less impressed with JJ's look until I saw what the mirror was for, and then I hated it less. The whole half-man, half-woman theme was there if you like pink, but that mirror allowed for JJ to serve both full queen and full boy from the neck up, on both sides, respectively. It was genius. And then there was Setter Jean. If anyone was worried about being in the bottom, this look might have made them feel better. I'm just saying. This whole look was a mess. Setter Jean didn't look like Miss Piggy or Kermit in the slightest, and at best, she looked like a mix of a badly made up Dolly Parton and a homeless person from the Emerald City. Sorry about it. And then it was time for the judges' critiques. Up first, Carlos thought Abby's Snatch Game was a total fail, and Ruth felt she ruined the male illusion with her open mouth. I had a nickel. Envy was in danger of being hired by Carlos for his show. She was so impressive during the Snatch Game, and Ruth agreed that her runway was flawless. Mama Queen's Snatch Game started strong, but fizzled by Carlos's account, and even though everyone understood that Mama Queen is non-binary, they still felt her runway missed the mark. The penis is what I'm saying. Carlos declared Chelsea the winner of Snatch Game in his eyes. He couldn't say enough about her performance. As for Chelsea's runway, Nikki Pleasant didn't get it. I think she should have that printed on a t-shirt. I'm so serious. JJ's Snatch Game was unimpressive, but that mirror on her head for the runway was. The only complaint seemed to be that her masculine side didn't look very masculine. Have you met JJ? And then we landed on Setter Jean, who was a big fail all around. Her Snatch Game relied too heavily on her look and no substance, and her runway was just no. Back in the workroom, the queens tried to digest the judges' critiques. Okay, well, mostly. Mama Queen was taking the judges' comments about not seeing her masculine side way too personally. I get it. We've all been bullied. But if you have a problem being told what's wrong with you, then don't enter a contest. This isn't real life. It's a chance to win 100,000. All right. Never mind. You get angry, Mama Queen. And then it was back to the runway to announce this week's winner. I thought it was going to be Chelsea Boy. And even though Coast called her the absolute winner of Snatch Game, Chelsea was just safe, which left the door wide open for Envy Peru to snatch her third win. Pun intended. Seriously, good for you, Envy Peru. So, who was in the bottom? Jean landed there for her first time, and joining her for a third time was Abby OMG. Indeed. I wasn't the only one unimpressed with that lip sync. Neither was Fred. But that didn't stop him from picking Jean to sashay away, much to the surprise of the other queens. They all thought, what with it being her third time in the bottom, that it would be Abby sashaying away. But they were wrong. I have to admit, I'm sorry to see Jean sashay. She was one of my picks for top 3. So what do you think? Should it have been Abby to sashay away instead? Should they both have gone? Do you think this was the kick in the pants Abby needed to get her head back in the game? Or do you think she'll be back in the bottom next week? All we can do is tune in to Drag Race Holland and see how it all plays out. And then, when you're done, you come on back and you see me so you and I can compare notes. Now, don't forget to please like this video if you did. Don't lie to me. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, especially if this is not your second time visiting. If it's 3 or more, clearly you want to subscribe. Do it. Do it now. And if you would like to support me or my channel, there are links down below, including a link to the Denise Cherneau collection that is raising money for the Rainbow Railroad. There you go. Until next week, miss me. Mwah. Seriously, Jorge, that's a lot of work. I still can't believe Abby's there. I'm sure that people